Today's guest is Moira Ballard from Northern Virginia, but she now calls Maryland home. Moira and I have known each other since my senior year of high school, which I'll just say was a little while ago. And my very first big life decision, where should I go to college, was heavily influenced by Moira and her kindness. Hitting it off with Moira all those years ago was great. It was very nice. But the way that we've remained in contact over the years has been the true blessing. Moira is a true friend and a wonderful woman, and I'm so happy that we have a chance to reconnect today. First, I want to say hi, Moira, and happy Galentine's Day.
Yes, happy Valentine's Day, hey, Cecilia. Thank you so much for having me, and congratulations on this podcast. I'm so happy for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And I think it's perfect that we're talking today. Galentine's Day is all about friendship. And you and I have been friends for a long time, and it just feels right. It feels warm and it feels
Thank
cozy. And I love your shirt. Way to represent.
you. Yes, you know how we do.
I know how we do. So I know the answers to some of these first questions, but I would really like for our listeners to get to know you a little bit better and get to know the dynamics of our relationship a little bit better. So I'm just going to ask you a few quick questions. The first one, and people probably will know the answer based upon your outfit, but where did we meet? How did we meet?
Yes, we met at the University of Virginia. It was the end of your senior year in high school and my second semester, the end of my second year at UVA. So representing for the Cavaliers today,
Yes.
Wahoo! But we met because you came to visit during spring fling and I hosted you.
Yes.
So that was the first time that we met.
Yes. And it was such an amazing weekend. You were such a great host,
Yeah.
so kind, so loving. And you didn't just show me the university, you showed me you. You showed me the things that you like to do on campus. You showed me the church that was nearby, all the things that mattered to my family and me. You wrapped up into this one perfect weekend. So thank you.
Oh, it's so
I mean it. I mean, I thought UVA was great when we visited, but I thought you were really, truly amazing. And my parents did too.
oh,
So
it's
you're
awesome.
a large part of the reason I ended up at the University of Virginia.
Oh, praise God. That's awesome. Thank you for your kind words.
So, what's your favorite hobby? I don't know the answer to this one. What's your favorite hobby?
I really just enjoy spending time with family, particularly my husband and the kids, just creating memories that they can look back on, childhood memories. And then just traveling with Tim for our anniversary every year. We go somewhere, usually international, but just experiencing new things with him. Like that's my partner in crime to go and explore and do something new and different. And so I enjoy that.
Yeah, y'all don't play around when it comes to your anniversary trips.
You know, and this year can be 20 years.
I know.
Yeah.
In advance. Happy anniversary.
Thank
That's
you.
wonderful. I'm so happy for you and your
Thank you so
beautiful
much.
family.
Oh, you're so kind.
But that's something Brian and I really admire. You guys take your anniversary celebration so seriously. Every time I look up, you're somewhere different around the world, and it's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to
Thank
see.
you so much.
What is your favorite friendship moment? The thing that you and I did together, just something that stands out from your memory.
Yeah. So there were two. I think just being there for you as a friend was your wedding day, which was absolutely
Oh,
beautiful. Um, that was wonderful to be there, witness your union at the beginning of your union with Brian. And also when I drove down, I think it was Chesapeake, Virginia, for your baby shower. And I had Joelle with me. She was a few
yeah.
months old, and I hate to drive, but that was the closest you were going to be to me for a while. So I was like, I am driving by myself with this little toddler, and we are going to this baby shower because I was like, I have to see her. I have to be there for her. So those
Yeah.
two would be my favorite friendship moments.
That's beautiful. And the moment I thought of was a very long time ago. I'm very thankful that you came to the wedding and to the baby shower. It's funny because the moment I thought of, you and I went on a road trip somewhere in college. I don't know where we went. It may have been small. I don't know where we went, but the key was you wanted to go somewhere and you did not like to drive. And
He drive. He drove my
yeah,
car.
this is an ongoing thing. You wanted to go somewhere, you didn't want to drive. So I ended up driving your car. I don't know where we were, but I think we were in DC. And the whole way you just kept saying, "Yeah, girl, because I don't like to drive. Yeah, girl, because I don't like to drive." So when you showed up to my baby shower years later and you drove yourself, I was really just feeling the love. I know that you don't like to drive. You've never liked to drive. So for you to get in the car for an hour or two to be there to celebrate with my family meant the world to me.
Oh,
Because
you
yeah, we go way back, and I know that that's not easy for you to do.
driving is not my thing. That's
No.
hilarious. I'm gonna have to tell Tim because he knows it the most. I don't like to drive because
Yeah.
we're together. If we're both in the car, he's driving. It don't
Yes.
matter where we're going. He's driving.
Yes. That's so funny.
That's
So
funny.
funny. Well, I told you that I want to talk to you today about thoughtfulness. I didn't tell you all the details, of course, but when I look back, not like I'm, 100 years old, but when I look at my life and I think about people who are thoughtful, kind, loving, just really caring and showing, honestly, the love of God,
Mhm.
I always think about you. Brian and I talk about it. You know my husband very well. We always think about you. You never miss a birthday. It doesn't matter where we are in the world. You remember the birthdays. You remember our anniversary. I mean, you just rattled it off. I mean, I miss my own anniversary from time to time, and you never do. Um, you know all the kids' names, and I don't know how you do it because you have your own busy life, your own big family. I mean, you're married, you have 4 kids, you're homeschooling, you're very involved in ministry, you're very close to your own family. I don't know how you make time the way that you do for other people.
Mm.
Somehow you always call at the right moment. It doesn't have to be a long conversation. Sometimes it's 5 minutes, sometimes it's 20 or 30, but you always call at just the right time. You always have just the right words to say. And I don't know that I've ever told you how much I appreciate that and how beautiful I think it is. You have kept our relationship going over the years. You just pop up and you're like, "Hey, I'm thinking about you. I'm praying for you, sis. Like, what's going on?" And I love that about you. So I wanted to first just tell you thank you.
Mhm.
But I also wanted to hear from you what thoughtfulness means to you. Like, why do you do it? How do you do it? All those types of things.
Oh, first of all, thank you for your kind word. That's so sweet. You're just really sweet. Um, I think thoughtfulness for me is important because I am a believer. I love Jesus. And I feel like it kind of guides you towards thinking of someone outside yourself, someone other than you. It helps you to not be self centered
Mm,
and also just to be caring and generous and extend yourself to other people. I mean, Christ is our example. He was a servant leader. He was always considering and thinking of others. That's why he gave his life for others. And so I think in that same vein, just thinking of other people, I feel like life is rich because of the relationships that you have with people. The people that you meet bring so much into your life. And I just love to kind of maintain those relationships, to reach out, to let people know that I'm thinking about them, that I care. Because we're all, we all have value.
right.
Your life is important, and if you're going through something, I want to know so that I can be praying for you, and so I can even be there just to listen to you. I think for me, thoughtfulness is important because it shows that you value other people and they're worth being valued. And since we all deserve that, I feel like it's the least I can do is to extend thoughtfulness and reaching out to people, maintaining relationships. I love people.
Yeah.
And so if we have a type of relationship where there's a connection there, because you're not going to get along with everyone. That's just
Mm-mm.
not going to happen. Everyone's not going to be a friend. Everyone's not going to be in your life for 20 plus years.
Right.
But when you meet people, if there's a certain connection there, you want to foster that and grow it and cultivate it and hold on to it. And it just benefits both in the relationship. So I think thoughtfulness is very important.
It is important, and you do it oh so well. Um, I how do you do it? Like, do you in my mind, you must have a room that has some matrix where you have all the friends' birthdays and all that stuff going on. How do you do it? How do you remember all the birthdays, the anniversaries?
Yeah, so Tim would say my hidden talent is to remember birthdays. Like,
Okay.
ask me to recite scripture, I'm struggling, but your birthday, I'll get that right.
Okay.
Um, like, I think just God has just given me that talent, I guess, just to remember birthdays. I also keep them in my phone, which is pretty simple. Just add to
Mm,
the calendar. If I didn't know your birthday before, when I find out, I'll just put in my phone. A reminder will pop up. And so that's helpful as well, just
yeah.
to put it on my calendar. But I'm the type of person I will want to reach out to someone on their birthday.
Yeah.
I think we live in a day and time where if you call someone, there's like, what's the problem? What's going on? Like you could just text me. But I'm like, the one time a year that you
Yeah.
probably would be okay with me calling you would be on your birthday.
Right.
And so I use that as an opportunity to connect with people maybe I haven't spoken to in a while, just to reach out to let them know that I'm thinking of you, celebrating your life. Praise God for another year for you. Hope all is well. So I think to remember someone's birthday is just an opportunity to connect and stay connected with them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You said something interesting that we're in a day and age where people don't call anymore. Everyone's like, couldn't that have been a text? Couldn't that have been an email? And that's part of why I wanted to do the whole friendship tour. I mean, we've gotten to the point that calling people and actually hearing someone's voice feels weird. It's out of the norm, and you are one of those people who still calls regularly. And I love that about you. I have never looked at the phone and thought, oh, it's Maura. Why didn't she send a text? I love that you still pick up the phone and you make space in your life to maintain human connections. The text messages are nice from time to time, but I think we all need and crave, whether we know it, whether we say it or not, I think we all need and crave on some very basic level to be connected with other human beings. So thank you. Keep doing it. Keep calling me. Keep calling other people. I think it's great, and I think more people need to do it. Quite honestly.
Yeah, I know one thing that I have switched to doing because people are so busy and no one wants to talk at times. I'll text someone, hey, thinking about you, when's a good time to call?
Yeah.
As opposed to just calling and catching them off guard.
Hmm.
So just that they know like a call is coming, if you want me to call you, a call is coming. But just checking in with people by text, when's a good time to call, is what I've kind of resorted to doing at times.
That's good.
Mhm.
That's good too. I like that. We respect the boundaries that exist today, but also keep it a little bit old school by making the connection happen at some point. I like that. I like that. What's the most thoughtful thing someone has done for you? You're always thinking of others. What has someone done for you that really stands out?
With regards to the most thoughtful thing that someone's done for me, whatever that thing is, it would have to come from my husband, Tim. I was talking to him earlier and I was like, Cecilia thinks I'm a thoughtful person. Like, I learned it by watching you. Like, Tim is
Oh,
always considering me. Before he comes home every day, he'll call and be like, hey, I'm on my way home. Is there anything I can get? Like, every single day. When he's ordering food, he's like, if I'm not around, he'll order something for himself and he'll order something for me, or he'll call. Like, he's very much an example to me of thoughtfulness. And so he has done so many thoughtful things for me. He had, when I was 28, not even my 30th birthday, but he planned this big, huge trip to New York and included my siblings to celebrate my 28th birthday. And a friend was like, what are you going to do when she turns 30? Like, who does this big old surprise birthday trip to New York for your 28th birthday? But that was Tim. He also had a Happy Mora Day where he invited my siblings and some cousins. We all met up at a Wizards game. He had a friend coming from out of town. We stayed at a hotel. Like, it was all a surprise. It was all part of Happy Mora Day. So that's my
was
husband.
was
That's
Happy More Day your birthday, or was it a completely different random
It was a
day?
random day. I think
Wow.
it may have been, my birthday's in August. I think it may have been like in December. Um, At that time, we had Timothy and Alana, my oldest two, and I think Alana wasn't even one yet. So he was doing all of this behind the scenes stuff with like a 3-year-old and an almost 1-year-old, and trying to make it happen. And it was a wonderful surprise. So he had a happy Mora day for me.
Wow. That's beautiful. I will take notes and maybe try to plan a happy Brian day. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. It's really tough to surprise Brian, but
Yeah,
we'll see how that goes.
yeah,
Well, thank you, Maura, for your extreme thoughtfulness over the last 20 plus years. You've been such a great friend. I often think I need to be more thoughtful, like more like Maura in this area of my life. And it's honestly taken me some time to just figure out God has made all of us differently. You know, you
absolutely.
said your special powers that you remember birthdays. I don't. I love people, but I just don't remember birthdays. So I'm glad God made you that way. I accept that you are just one of the most thoughtful people I know, and I am one of the beneficiaries of your thoughtfulness and your kindness and your love. I look forward to many, 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 many more years of friendship. I love you, sister, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for being
Oh,
here today.
of course. Thank you for having me. I love you too, Cecilia.
I'll talk to you soon.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.